Hey Libra, I hope this is not an upside down or anything, but it is what it is. Okay. So, I did your reading a couple days ago, and I ran out of space on my phone in the middle of it. And I was like, it's been sitting up there for 2 days. I just can't get back into it. I should have just posted what I had, but I deleted it. Something wasn't feeling great about the reading, and I was like, well, maybe it'll be better next time. But there's something here that kind of came out similar. So I know it's definitely still the right reading. Major Arcana on the table, the Devil in reverse, which I like to see, the Devil in reverse. It can be very restrictive in the upright. It can be controlling, self-sabotaging. So it's good to have it in the reverse. It means we're letting go of toxic things, toxic patterns, behaviors, trying to, not be so Armstrong in a situation, maybe. But the thing that came out in the same spot was this Ace of Pentacles here. And I had a similar card here. Although this card isn't, it's from the same suit, and it's kind of a similar energy to the other card. I think you had the King of Wands in reverse. As the crossing with the Ace of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands is not willing to fight for something anymore. You've lost passion and drive to continue on keep up with something. You're getting, it's like past annoying, and now it's become like you're exhausted and tired from dealing with a situation. You're no longer wanting to engage in order to keep up appearances or keep up your stance on something. You don't care to keep up your reputation in regards to something. Now, being crossed by like this new beginning here with this Ace of Pentacles and this impulsive kind of card with the Knight of Rods, that's somebody being impulsive with money, being, coming in fast with some money maybe. There's something here about that, like somebody either putting their plans, it's like you got your arms in a lot of, what's that phrase that, you've got a lot of irons in the kettle. Blah. What is it? Got a lot of things going all at once. You're not putting all your eggs in one Easter basket anymore. You're dropping things in random little areas, and you're like, all right, whatever grows. Whatever has the most growth, I will tend to first. I will see what is going to happen. It's kind of a distractive energy. You're like tired. It's like being tired of having to constantly deal with all these things, and maybe narrowing it down. But he doesn't narrow it down. That's the thing. You might have impulsively started a lot of different projects, and now you're getting tired of keeping up with all of them, and you need to make a decision on the one that's going to be the most practical and beneficial for you, maybe financially as well. There is a choice here. You're juggling a lot here, okay? Now, what you're thinking is you're not able to attract what you desire, or you might be feeling like you have to be manipulative in a certain way, seductive in a certain way to get what you want. Or there's something here about feeling powerless and trying to this is like giving up, right? But it's like giving up on having to be the best at something. Maybe you feel like, I and now am to that point where I no longer desire to be sought after in this kind of way. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you were keeping up appearances and you've no longer are feeling like that is an important aspect of your life. And this can play out in any avenue. The High Priestess, what you don't know is that you already know something. It's the weirdest dichotomy. What you don't know, you actually subconsciously and psychically know about something. The Queen of Wands can be somebody who's kind of a power trippy kind of person. She can be like Regina George, Mean Girls. She can be like, everybody loves her. Everyone flocks to her, but she's a bitch. You might be thinking about this person. If that maybe you think that's you. Maybe you're thinking that maybe you don't want to be like that anymore. I don't know what it is. The High Priestess and the Queen of Wands are very witchy, and they have a very shamanic kind of a magical, mystical tone to them. And I also have the moon here. This is you're having a very psychic kind of experience with this. Choosing your battles. I feel like you're choosing your battles because I do have that Five of Wands underneath, which is like, knowing that sometimes people win the war and sometimes people win the battle. Sometimes it's not, you're being playful with it. You've been juggling a lot of things and you're realizing like some things are just not worth your time anymore. Maybe you're attracting the wrong things. In the past, you might have had a very tumultuous home life. Maybe a relationship that kind of triggered you to... Yeah, you're not... You might have had a really chaotic and hectic home life or romantic life in the past. And that's caused you to maybe feel alone or want to be alone. You're not wanting attention at this time. High Priestess is very sovereign. She's okay with being quiet and by herself and keeping to herself and keeping secrets, right? And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who may struggle with solitude, or they may struggle with just not, feeling like they might need other people, but they don't want to be around other people. Or maybe there's like this chaoticness in the past has caused some kind of instability in the near future. Maybe there's been some risks and impulsive things with new beginnings with finances or something, and you've been unable to keep up with certain aspects of your life. Or this is somebody that you were involved with in the past that might have caused this feeling in you to feel unworthy, unattractive. Somebody who has, that might put out that they're very confident, but they're not. They're not thinking that they are. They don't feel confident. But deep down, there's this inner knowing that something in this situation is either off, or that this has been an issue for you and now has kind of trickled in and caused some other problems that you're not able to hold on to your own it's like you can't be your own person because of whatever happened here. There's some kind of hiccup. Maybe really recently went through a really difficult time and you just gave up on something, and that's made you feel like you can't attract in what you desire in your life. Maybe it's been making you feel weathered and tired and not attractive, and but there's something here about this situation that you know something is off. Now, your advice is to let go of whatever has been holding you back. And it's clarified by this Divine Masculine card. Now, I'm not a big fan of like New Age lingo too much. No offense to anybody that is. It's your cup of tea or it's not. I'm really kind of like not really about that. I think that everyone has a bit of the divine in them. So to say that somebody is a divine masculine is like kind of redundant and annoying to me, but that's just my opinion. So I don't know if it's a toxic relationship with somebody that has some kind of arrogance or ignorance or something like that that's been causing some issues. It's asking you to let go of the chains that bind you to this person, or let go of the expectations. If you are somebody who is resonating with this card here, let go of those traditional expectations of what that means. What it means to be this or that, you know? Other people in the situation might be coming in and offering some kind of gesture of kindness or love or affection. That's coming up in that 8th placement above the Devil. So I'm not sure if that's the person that you're supposed to be releasing yourself from, or you're supposed to be releasing these expectations about this individual. It can go either way. But there is some kind of secret burden that you've carried. You've been holding on to something that has been heavy on your emotions, heavy on your mind. There's been a lot of work that you've put in. Maybe it's shadow work as well. There is something here about having carried a lot over a very long period of time, and you're really hoping to that this weight, this confusion, this inability to see, lack of clarity, ends up becoming something that you can, an emotional burden you can let go of at some point. Your outcome, the 10 of Pentacles. There is something here about a home situation, because they have the 4 of Wands in the past in the reverse. The 10 of Pentacles is also about family, and the 4 of Pentacles is also about home. It can be related to home and the money and effort we put into our home, and what we obtain, what we covet, what we hold on to. And it's about stability. So there's something here about you're building a legacy right now. What this seed might be that you haven't been giving as much attention to might actually end up being something that does go from a lack of stability to stability and able to produce long-term helpful effects in your life. There could be a friend that you've been holding on to, an association that you've been holding on to, that might be what this is about, that's causing you to feel out of control, maybe. Feel like you can't quite get your shit together in some sort of way, emotionally, with the roller coaster here, and because this is about celebration, the Four of Wands. This is also about celebration, the Three of Cups. So there is something that, there was a celebration, there's a celebration in the works. And in the past, there was like this delayed celebration, or you felt like you weren't able to actually enjoy life, that things were more chaotic than they were enjoyable. You might have felt on an emotional roller coaster when it came to your relationships in your life. Excuse me. It's saying that in the outcome, you go from the 9 in reverse, which is, to the 10 in the upright. It's a big jump. Honestly, it is a big jump. Because it's somebody who might be just not interested in dealing with anything else, because they're kind of I almost see her as like a shrew. Her and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be a shrew. Queen of Swords in reverse can be a shrew. Somebody who's just really doesn't like men, really doesn't like people. Maybe you're letting go of some toxic beliefs about how you feel that relationships are, or masculines are in general. Maybe you're kind of getting clear on, maybe it's because I had some issues that I allowed this into my life. And so now you're healing that aspect of yourself. Releasing old beliefs, traditions that don't necessarily align with what you want for your future. So there is some kind of major success. And once you get there, you want to hold on to it. So I feel like things haven't been working out, and you might have had a smaller victory here. You might have got some attention for something, but it wasn't what you desired to have in your life. You felt like you wanted more out of a situation. You're going to realize what is the burden that you need to let go of. And you will be letting go of that. And because you let go of that, psychologically, you might be able to express yourself in a more loving way, but also you will have these burdens that you kind of been carrying around. You didn't even know it, even though you subconsciously might have had an inkling that something was off. And then things get better. I don't know if you're going to be buying a home. I don't know what the specific situation is, but you might be going from single to married, or in a relationship with somebody that's committed and moving in together. There is some kind of celebration here. So this could be, I'd really like to see the Lovers or the Two of Cups at least, but there's something here about maybe moving in with friends, or celebrating achieving a major form of stability in your life. And Spirit is kind of rejoicing for you, because this is falling in the 12th house here. Other people that you're associated with, you gotta be careful about who you let into this. Sun in Capricorn, seeing things in a very materialistic way. It can be very, very good for saving, okay? But it also can be very bad for like I said, like it's very similar to the devil, where it's holding on to something and not giving it any breathing room. There's walls, there's restrictions, there's bounds. You may be releasing somebody, or because you release somebody, you are able to do better in your financial world. Or you might be releasing some kind of situation with somebody that you've desired to be with in some sort of way, because she's single here, right? She might not be single, but she feels single. I don't know if necessarily you've been in a relationship and then you, in the near future, you become single. There's a codependence here with her as well. Okay. There could have been a dysfunctional or chaotic home life. There could have been something that has held you back, that has caused you, it causes you a little hiccup, but you're getting to the point where you're letting go of some, fighting for something that you just don't have the fight in you anymore for, okay? You're not willing to fight to be on top of something anymore, to keep up with something anymore. You're not keeping up with the Joneses anymore. You're not keeping up with, I mean, it's about what you value and what you desire. And it seems like you get yourself in order, and you get your finances in order, you get your relationships in order, your friends, you start to have more fun. We'll go through the houses now. But there is something here about commitment, and it's in the upright. So maybe you're accepting, maybe a new relationship comes in or has come in, and you accept that the rest of the exciting but also chaotic bullshit is over. And maybe you're getting ready to settle down with somebody. That's what that could be, okay? This is saying somebody is not coming together with somebody, that the time is running out or has run out for because you're in a commitment of some kind, or, you know, that can apply to this. This is about having to deal with a lot on your plate and handling it the best you can and trying to be playful about it when you're doing it. Choices and practicality and finance. This is about something that you know that, like, somebody's playing dirty a little bit in terms of they're not willing to emotionally nurture the situation. The truth comes out about some kind of, you know, some kind of playboy, some kind of pain in the ass. Somebody here that's just manipulative. That these two also could be a couple. So they could be a toxic couple that has somehow involved themselves in your life. I have no idea what that's about, but you can figure it out. But the truth about these people is coming out. Somebody could have been playing games, and that's getting cleared up now. Healing from a situation that's been painful, that's kept you up at night, that's really been bothersome, and then stepping into abundance and letting go of the past, bad memories of the past. Not rushing in and thinking, you know, not thinking, overthinking something, not thinking about anything anymore. You might be letting go. This is about not sacrificing yourself anymore. About utilizing what you have around you, being present in the now, and knowing what you're capable of in order to cut out and discern what is not for you, to get in control of any urges or get in control of, you know your own power, know how much power to use, when to use it, when to say no, when to say yes. Walking away from what doesn't emotionally serve you. And when a Tower comes, you'll have some kind of guidance. It's like sudden mentorship guidance. It's like being led by spirit in some sort of way. Like it's almost a prophecy here with the Hierophant. I feel like Nostradamus. I don't know if some of you are reading a Nostradamus book or something, but this is kind of like prophetic, seeing something before it happens. It's like he's pointing to this tower, and then that's the one that's going to collapse. I have no idea what that's about. Anyway, I could go through the whole deck, but let's go through the houses, because I don't want to run out of space, and then you don't have a reading again. So first house. You might feel like you just can't keep up with life right now. Like you're just very tired of... You might be either overly defensive or not wanting to defend yourself at all. So you're not sticking up for yourself in some sort of way. For your needs, your desires, what you need out of life, right? Or a relationship, or, you need to start taking more care of yourself at this time. Not worrying what other people think about you. Either that, or maybe put in a little more effort to take care of yourself so that you don't have to feel like, on your own terms. So you don't have to feel like you're keeping up with the Joneses or anything like that. Just do what makes you happy and what fulfills you. Second house. I don't know if you got some money recently or you will come into some money more recently. And this is saying there's an impulsivity to want to do something with that money. I'm seeing this ribbon here wrap around in the figure 8 around this wand in his back pocket. It's like he's got 2 wands. He's got one for later and one for now. So it's like maybe you want to get yourself something new that you already have something of, but you want to replace it. I don't know. It's also his armor is gold, is what I'm noticing, and the money's gold. So maybe it's clothes, maybe it's gear for working out, or you're gonna spend money on some kind of sporting gear of some kind. I don't know. Third house, how we express ourselves. I feel like you're really getting more reserved. You're not really feeling you're most confident at this time, or you're feeling kind of shy as well. Maybe you are a pretty hot shit, but you just don't feel it right now. And that's okay. I mean, we all go through phases where we're going to feel more confident and more like being out there more in front of other people. But you might be very quiet and stoic at this time and just kind of reserved. Compared to, I mean, you might also go the other extreme with your clothing and kind of be dressing like very, very scandalous or scanty, or maybe you are kind of thinking you want some negative attention of some kind, or I'm not sure exactly, but she can be very loud and obnoxious in that kind of third house in the reverse. She can be somebody who says things just to get attention. This is somebody who's kind of like a diva. A diva, and like the Mean Girls thing, not like in the worst way. Can be that extreme, but so maybe you being a bit of a diva, or you're thinking more like a diva. or you're aware that there's somebody in your environment that's being a pain in the ass that you just don't even want to try to compete with anymore. She's very, very aggressively competitive, and not in like a happy, positive kind of way, like a healthy, positive kind of way. She's very competitive in a nasty kind of way. Underhanded even in her competition. She'll do something to make it harder for you. Definitely. The Queen of Wands can really soak up the room and, you know, choke everybody out. She can just be obnoxious. In the 4th house, things are quiet at home. You might be learning something. You might be very spiritual in your home. You might be praying more or lighting more candles and doing your, you know, reading from scripture or reading from some kind of philosophy. You're learning something that is esoteric or that is spiritual in nature, that has to do with the other side of the coin, the other realms. Things are very quiet at home. There could be something you're doing in secret as well. Maybe you're not telling everybody that what you're up to, which it doesn't really tell me much other than what I've just said about this. Hiding out at home, getting comfy with the kitten or, you know, the dog or whatever. Don't know, but it's quieter at home. There's something here. The pomegranates here remind me of strawberries. I don't know why. Yeah, they just look like strawberries, I think. They're very three-dimensional, too. They did a good job with that. Just noticing that now. I'm like, Okay. Yeah. So, secrets. Keeping things. There's like a delicateness to the pomegranate as well. It's also, you know, the story of Persephone. She eats the pomegranate and she can't leave the underworld. So they have to strike up a bargain and say, look, like, you've got to be here for part-time. You got to be Hades' mama for part-time. And then you can go up and spring can happen with your mom again. I feel like there's something here about that. There's something about, like, feeling like you're in the underworld. There's something interesting. I don't know if you like it dark or you're doing something like watching movies in the dark, or, you know, maybe it's reading some kind of darker material that's very occult and esoteric. But there's something here about you keeping whatever you're doing under wraps. Keeping to yourself, learning something at home. Also knowing some family secrets as well. Intuitively picking up on what's going on in your household, even though no one's saying anything. Romantic life. Don't take any risks at this time in terms of gambling. Do not do that. If that's what this is about, do not do gambling. Because in the immediate future, you might lose out on something. In the long run, things look good, but I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Not at this time. Other things. If your house has been kind of crazy in the past, it's getting quiet. Your living situation's more relaxed and peaceful now. What else is in the sex life? Romantic dating life. I feel like you might have just come out of a relationship that was kind of toxic. So that's why maybe it's peaceful now. It could be quiet. You're reflecting. You're connecting to spirit. Maybe somebody made you feel like you weren't attractive in some sort of way, and that's kind of put you in a more quiet zone and a more to yourself, kind of not wanting to keep up, don't care. Just focus on your bag maybe, or focus on letting go of some kind of toxicity that you just dealt with. So yeah. You didn't feel butterflies with this person. You felt like sick to your stomach. It wasn't exhilarating, whatever this was. This was annoying. Sixth house of work. You might really desire to work alone, to be alone, to not deal with people. You're really going to need, through this time, if you do work with other people, you're going to need to kind of pull that together and try to be more of a team player. I don't think that in terms of health, it could be that you're just coming out of a situation that you were dealing with that was, maybe you were overworking yourself and you weren't enjoying life enough and you got sick at some point and you just realized you need to take better care of yourself. Also, you could have lost a pet. Either that or you've been desiring a pet. Something about an animal, a domesticated animal, something like that with this house. Yeah, if you're feeling alone, you might want a pet. That's probably what's coming through with that. Because I do have that cat here at the top with her, and I have this bird here, and this is in the house of animals. Yeah, you might be thinking that you want an animal, that you miss an animal, that you want another one. It's also about routine. So this is about being self-sufficient and need to be more self-sufficient in terms of your day-to-day life. So figuring out ways you can do things on your own, that you don't have to be codependent on other people to do them. Advice, let go of what's been holding you back. If it's a relationship, if it's a person. This is a Capricorn energy. Let go of anything toxic you've been holding on to. I mean, he's holding on to something, right? Eventually he's got to let go, Can't be up there forever. So letting go of that. But also, the Devil in Reverse is also about being in control without controlling other people. Okay? And then in your 8th house, you might be healing a trauma or doing some kind of artistic thing that helps your trauma. Something that you've been dealing with psychologically, like maybe doing artwork helps, painting or crafting in some sort of way, or sewing or cooking, anything like that. Maybe that helps you, and it could be working out as well. Maybe that helps you release some sort of mental energy that's been kind of stagnant, or frustration, or something about healing that part of yourself that struggled, through doing something nice for yourself, doing something that makes you feel good, doing something for other people that makes you feel good. Also, a friend could be coming in and offering to share something with you in some sort of way. There's an offer to share resources in some sort of way. That could be moving in together with a friend, or moving in with a partner as well. This is an offer of love. It could be an offer of love that could be something that's more sexual in nature, but ends up being something that ends up being something more Ace of Cups versus Ace of Pentacles. Like there's something here about an offer coming in, reciprocated love, reciprocated joy for something, doing something together that you enjoy as well. It's about thinking about making an offer as well, in terms of maybe somebody wants to be intimate with you in some sort of way and they want to share something with you, or secrets also. So sharing a secret. Someone could be telling you a secret and then you're afraid you won't be able to carry the burden of this secret. Maybe it's something that's kind of heavier. Okay. You're hoping that you can let go of this really heavy burden that's you've been carrying in secret. So maybe you might tell somebody, open up and be intimate about something you've been going through, or how you feel about somebody as well. Deciding whether to commit or not in some kind of situation. Career is good. Your reputation in your career is going to be going skyrocketing. It's going to be fabulous. You want to save. That's the only thing I can think of. And also be careful of the associations that you have, because they could be greedy. They could want to, because the Ten of Wands here is carrying a whole lot, okay? But it's equivalent to the 10 in the 10 of Pentacles, which is you've carried a whole lot to the finish line. You did the work, and now you're enjoying the rewards of your stability that you've created in some sort of way. Yeah, somebody is being greedy within your friend circle, or I don't want to say jealous, because, well, the devil could be jealous, right? Somebody could be jealous. Releasing the jealous person, the toxic masculine situation. This is toxic, she's toxic, you know what I mean? So it could be that this jealous friend, this envious Regina George character, you're having to release that person because it's not good to hold on to that they might be holding on to you for the wrong reasons. Not necessarily that it's a personal thing, but sometimes people can be advantageous, you know. They can just end up being advantageous because that's in their nature to do that. But you're starting to see, starting to get clear about this person, whether it's a masculine or a feminine person. It could be a couple, a married couple as well, committed couple that's just not on the same page as you anymore. So you're just healing your heart and letting go of what's been stressing you out about the situation. You're saving money for the future. I don't know. You could be saving money for a home. You could be doing that, but there's some kind of celebration that comes in. It's like your ancestors, your guides, you know, people on the other side. They're rooting for you. They're happy for you. They're celebrating for you in this event. Don't overwork yourself, Libra. All right. I will talk to you soon. Bye.